All right, welcome everybody. This is going to be the recorded session for looking at the harmonic patterns on the harmonic scanner. This is a quick and easy way to get into your Forex trades. If you are new to Forex, if you've been trading Forex, or if you want to learn a little bit more, I'm going to break down exactly everything that's going on this chart today and show you how you can use it to get into your own trades. I am going to essentially give you guys some really nice trade setups for when the market does start to move a little bit faster, because every day it closes between 5 and 6ish, or like 4 and 6:30 or something like that. So I am going to give you guys the setups. This most likely will be for some pending orders. But if we are able to catch a nice sell at 7 p.m., I will also let you know that in the chat as well. If you have any questions as I'm going through, because I'm pretty much just doing a live analysis for myself, and you guys are watching how I would do these trades. But if you do have any questions, feel free to go ahead and drop them in the chat, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. So first and foremost, again, I'm using the Harmonic Scanner. To locate this scanner, you just log into harmonics.im, which is a product by IM Master Academy. So if you are interested in learning to trade or becoming a trader, I highly recommend that this is where you enroll, because all the products are super easy to use and straightforward. What you're going to notice is that the chart is pretty much color coded. We only see two colors that are mainly on the chart, and those colors are going to be red and blue. Now, it's important to note that whenever you notice a series of red candles, that's just reflecting that the market is in a bearish movement, which means that it's going down. And if you notice a series of blue candles, right, and the candles are going to be in this first chart. Let me actually double click on it so that we can only look at this. If you notice a series of blue candles, if you see more than one blue candle in a row, I want you to think bullish, right? Bullish means the market is going up. If you see more than one red candle, I want you to think, okay, this market is going down. This is a bearish trend. Now, as far as the candle bodies are concerned, all of these up here are candles, no matter how big, no matter how small, because candles do come in all different shapes and sizes. And the candle shape and candle size can actually tell you something about the market as well. For example, if we were to look at this long red candle right here, it's a thick, solid red candle telling us that the market was dropping consistently for this amount of time. And vice versa, if we see this beautiful blue candle here that my mouse is circling, you'll notice that it was a lot of buying momentum at this one time. Now, you will notice that the market will never consistently be doing one thing. Like, it'll never be red forever. Now, I'm going to circle something that I want to draw you guys' attention to, right? And it's just going to be this entire section right here. Now, overall, we can see that the market is on a downtrend, because it looks like a down slope, right? Think of these as stairs. That's another way to look at the market. If you notice that you're going downstairs, or you feel like it's going downstairs, I want you to take a mental note that the market is in a downtrend. Now, although the market may be trending down, you will notice these little blue candles in between, just telling you, right, that the market, the buyers are trying to essentially gain back some power, but they're not always able to do that, right? They're not always able to do that. Sometimes the sell is just so strong. You may have a little bit of buying momentum right there, and then you'll have continuous selling momentum. You'll have more selling momentum, a little bit of buying momentum, a lot of selling momentum, a little bit of buying momentum, right? So just make a mental note, or you can write this down if you are taking notes, that whatever color you see the most, that is the trend of the market, right? That is the trend of the market. So typically, well, first, if that makes sense, y'all, drop a 1 in the chat, right? Just drop a 1 in the chat if you understand the difference between a buy candle and a sell candle, just based on the colors alone. All right, awesome. Now, the second thing I want you to notice about the candle, right? Because every candle is essentially going to tell you, it's going to tell you it's going to tell you about 4 different things, right? We'll start there. It's going to tell you 4 different things. So I'm going to just choose one candle or 2 candles, and break down the 4 things that that candle is telling you. I'm also going to delete my harmonic pattern, and I'm going to delete every indicator off of here, just so that we're looking at the naked scanner. And when I refer to the naked scanner, I'm just referring to a scanner that has no indicators on it at the moment, right? So we're actually going to delete these dotted lines as well because this is a naked scanner training. But then I am going to go back and use the indicators to actually give you guys some potential trade ideas, and you can take them if you like, if you agree. If you don't, then you can use this information to come in here and do your own analysis later. Awesome. So now we have the naked scanner right there. Now, the four things that the candle is going to tell you about the price is, if we're looking at, I'm trying to find two candles that's close to each other. All right, we're gonna focus on these two candles right here, and I'm gonna circle them just so we don't get distracted, y'all. We're gonna focus on these two candles right here, these two candles only, right? Now, if you're looking at a buying candle, which is a blue candle, right? The bottom of the blue candle. Wait, let me draw this actually in blue. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna draw it in blue so that it actually makes sense, right? So I'm gonna just actually draw it right here. That's our buying candle. And then I'm also going to draw a selling candle as well, because it just makes more sense to draw it out. Now, when you're looking at a buying candle, you're gonna, the flat bottom of the candle, right? Whether it has a wick or not, the flat bottom of a blue candle is telling you where price open, right? Because buy candles start at the bottom and then they go up. The top of the candle is going to tell you where the candle closed, right? So we got the open close. At the tippity top of a blue candle, this is the highest point that the market has gone within this particular time frame, because each candle is only for whichever time frame you select. So the top of the candle is going to be the high, and that bottom of the candle is going to be the low, right? So we got open, close, high, low, open, close, high, low. So it is important to consider the wicks, right? And I'll get into that a little bit later, right? Because this ain't going to be super detailed, but it's going to make a lot of sense. Now for sell candles, since price is going down, right? Sell candles open at the top. And you guys can screenshot this ugly drawing as well, right? Sell candles open at the top and they close at the bottom, right? This is the close because price is going down. So it's going to start high and then it's going to go low. And then we have the same thing here. We have the highest that the market went in this particular time frame, and we had the lowest that the market went in this particular time frame, right? So if you guys understand the four things that the candle is telling you right now, let's look at some real candles. If we're looking at this red candle, we have our open, right? We have our close, we have our high, and we have our low, right? I'm gonna do another red candle, right? We have our open, we have our close, we have our high at the top of this wick, and we have our low. Same thing for the blue candles. We have our open. Oh no, that's not a good place. We have our open, right, which is the flat bottom of the candle. We have our close, which is the flat top of the candle. We have our high, and we have our low. Now, all of these candle things are important to consider when you're setting up your support or resistance, or when you're looking at the indicators on the scanner, because typically it's going to be giving you your entry points at either the open of a blue candle, right, or at the open of a red candle. You just have to know what you're looking for and what your indicators are telling you. So if these four things make sense and you guys can distinguish the open, close, high, low on the buy and sell candles, just drop a 2 in the chat. All right, awesome. So go ahead and get your screenshot in. I'll give you guys about 5 seconds to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and erase these drawings off of the screen. All right, awesome. So when it comes to actually finding entry points for the harmonic scanner, it's pretty simple. Now, before I come in here, of course, I'm going to do the basics. I'm going to check my news on forexfactory.com. Of course, I already did it. You just want to look at the time that you're trading. It's around about to be 7 o'clock. I don't see anything alarming down here. I see USD acting a little funky in the morning. And again, because we're going to be holding Forex trades for a little bit of time, I'm not only going to check right now, But I'm going to check up into the next 2 days, right? So Friday looks clear. Thursday is going to be a little bumpy in the morning if our trades don't hit TP by then. But other than that, we good to go, right? Now, the second thing you can check, of course, is live charts to see what the currency strength is right now. But again, this may not be as relevant simply because we're going to be in these trades for a little bit longer, right? A little bit longer. So let's come back to the Harmonic Scanner, and I'm going to refresh it. Now, again, you log into this through harmonics.im. And if you do want access to a scanner that is pre-marked up and all you have to do is find your entry points, again, you must enroll within IM Mastery Academy to get access to these things. Now, you can recreate these things on other platforms, but why do extra work if you genuinely don't have to? So first and foremost, and this is extremely important, y'all, because I want to actually give us a trade idea for 7 p.m. When I'm trading, right, it's extremely, extremely, extremely important to make sure that when you come in here, you change a couple of things, right? So first and foremost, on your right panel, which is over here, you're going to see harmonics, you're going to see M15, M30, H1. When you're doing Forex trades that you plan to be in for some time, for example, at least a few hours, always start looking at the hour analysis, right? Always start looking at the hour analysis. So that's the first thing you're going to want to do is switch your time frame to an hour. Now, the second thing you're going to want to do, right? We're just going to go straight down the screen. You're going to click on price feeds, and you want to change your price feeds to either Hugo's Way, which is defaulted to, or FX Choice. Why do you want to do that? Because different brokers, their prices are slightly different, and you want the broker that you're analyzing to be as close as possible to the broker that you're actually using. So it's not super important or urgent, but I do like my entry points to be as tight and accurate as possible. So I do change my time frame, and I do change my price feed to FX Choice, which is a broker that's very similar in price to KOT. Right? If that makes sense, y'all, drop a 3 in the chat. Or if y'all following so far, I should say. All right, awesome. So, all right, Jetta, let me know if okay, you good. So pretty much after you do that, the currency pairs that have been scanned the most recently are going to be at the top. And I'm the type of person, I start at the top of the list and I work my way down. Unless you have a favorite pair that you really love, of course you can start there. But I am not picky whatsoever. Well, I'm not too picky, I'll say, because you can make money on each and every pair. So I'm gonna just start with GBP AUD. And because my scanner is already set up, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in. And I wanna see what is going on, right? I wanna see if I have the confirmations for a buy, and if this is actually a decent trade to get into. Now, just like every other strategy, you want everything going down, right? The way I trade, I literally call it trading down. I just be making up words, y'all, but it works for me and it works for the people that I've been able to teach these things to, right? So we want to trade down, which meaning that if I put a vertical line on the most recent candle, right, everything should be the same color, or everything within that line should be telling me the same thing. So if I start off with a blue candle at the top, I'm going to want to see that blue is dominating everything going down. I want to see a blue bar here. I want to see that my blue is dominating my red here. And I want to also see that my blue is dominating my red down here as well. Now, once you get all of those confirmations, you can go ahead and enter that trade either at the next hour, or you can set a pending order, right? Now, this is very important, so you guys write this down. If whatever time frame you're analyzing on, that's going to also translate to when you should actually get into that trade, right? So if I'm analyzing on the hour time frame, that means that the best time for me to get into a trade is easy to remember, is going to be at the top of every hour, right? So it's about to be 7 p.m., or I can get in at 8 p.m., or I can get in at 9 p.m., or 10 p.m., or 11 p.m. But that's where you're going to find your best entry point, is if you get in at the top of the hour. If you understand why, drop a 1 in the chat. But if you want me to explain, drop a question mark in the chat and I will explain why it's best to get in at the top of the hour. All right, awesome. So Quinn, you understand? All right, awesome. So Again, we just want everything to be aligned. If we're going for a buy, we want to see a blue candle. We want to see a blue volume bar. We want to see that the blue is over the red in the stochastic, visually telling us that the buyers are in control. And then we also want to see the same thing for the DMI at the bottom. Now, if you're a visual person, the names of these indicators really don't matter as long as you know what you are looking at. Now, I'm only going to go back to the past just to show you what a good example would actually look like, and how you would know if you should enter that trade. And this looks like a good one here, right? So I'm gonna put my line right here. I'm gonna make it a little bit thinner so that we can see the candle behind it. And I'm gonna zoom in to the candle that I put the line over just to see if everything actually makes sense, right? So no, that doesn't make sense. So let's get to a place where it does. All right, there we go. So we got a red candle, right? Then we got a red bar. And then we see that the red line has overtaken the blue line. And we also see that the red line is also overtaking the blue line. So if we would have seen all of these things, right? Just look straight down. It's four things you're looking for. One, two, three, four. You would have been, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get into this trade because I have everything I need. And then look, the trend actually continued. This trend, based on the initial candle with all of the indicators, continue for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, right? So that would have been our TP1. And then it actually continued to go down. That would have been our TP2. And then it continued to go down. So that would have been our TP3. So if we would have taken this trade based off of those indicators, in about 6 hours, we would have been able to catch 118 pips in the market. Oh yeah, of course. Of course. So if we would have taken this trade when it was at this time in the market, in 6 hours, we could have made 118 pips. Now, even if you only risked 10 cents in this trade, you still would have walked away with $11.80, which is not bad for clicking a few buttons on your phone. Now, this indicator is the volume bar. It's telling you the momentum, like how strong is this trend or how likely is this trend to continue. This is also telling you the direction of the market. So look at whichever line is on top, that's who's dominating, and whichever way the line is facing, that's which way the market is going. Now, let me see if I can change this real quick to really show you guys something super cool, because I love to modify my charts because I'm a visual person, and sometimes these lines be hella close together, and I just don't know. I just don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and change it from a line to area, right? I'm gonna change my K percent, my D percent from line to area, and boom, doesn't that look so much better, right? Doesn't that look so much better, guys? You can literally see if it's a red cloud or a blue cloud, right? By changing it to area instead of leaving it stagnant. Now, the best part about this is if you don't see any blue, right? If you do not see any blue, that means that the market is definitely going to sell, right? Now, let's go look at a buy. If you see blue, right? If you see blue, even a little bit, right? That's letting you know that the market is going in an upward direction, right? Now look at this. Doesn't doesn't this make sense? Right? If you guys like the area view, right, and you can see the trend a little bit better with the area instead of the line, just drop a 4 in the chat. Right? I'm just having you guys drop different numbers so I can keep track of these gems I'm dropping, y'all, because it really makes sense. Now, when we move into the fourth indicator, let me go ahead and get another vertical line so that we know that we're focusing on this blue candle. We would have said, boom, we got a blue candle. Boom, it's not a lot of momentum, right? But the momentum is definitely picking up. We would have saw our blue mountain. We're going to call this a blue mountain, right? We would have saw our blue mountain peaking up so nice. We would have been like, first of all, that's 3 confirmations. And we got the buy arrow, 4 confirmations. Then we come down here. We see that the blue is overtaking the red, meaning that the buyers are in control, and the black line is above both of them. Now, the black line tells you if that trend is actually really strong or not. Essentially, the easiest way to think about the black line, or anytime you see multiple lines, the further away these lines are from each other, the stronger that trend is, right? So we see that the blue and red line are very far away from each other. And then we see that the black line is far from the blue line, telling us that this is a strong buying trend. So with any lines, whether you're using the web slinger and using Ichimoku Cloud, anytime you see that the lines are further apart, that's telling you that the trend is strong, right? So that's what that black line is signifying. So we see that blue candle, and then we come over here and then look at this red candle, right? We see the red above the blue, the black above both, and we had a really nice selling trend for, right, 4 hours. And in 4 hours, you still could have made 84 pips. You could have caught a nice 84 pips in the market. Now, some people get 80 pips a week. You could be making this within a matter of hours by simply recognizing these simple things, right? And this is why I love Forex, because it's very simple because it's color coded. Like even before I Am Academy had this color coded system, I will always do my charts like this because it made the most sense, right? It just made the most sense. Right now, look at this. Here's another beautiful example, right? Not only do we have a flat bottom, a flat bottom is also a really nice sign, right? I give you guys a really simple, basic, loose interpretation: blue candle, blue line, this, and that. But then you could get even more specific. Flat bottom, blue candle. That's another confirmation. Blue arrow, another confirmation. It had a little, it was just picking up, but we see a blue cloud, right? Once you see that blue cloud picking up, you already know the trend is about to change. And then we have our blue line over the red line, black line above both. So this again would have been another great trade idea for a buy. And if we would have hold, not fold, sheesh, in 9 hours, that's like literally like you putting in a trade, going to bed, waking up and making $173 in your sleep. That is just outrageous. And I'm obsessed, right? I'm obsessed. It's so easy. So we're gonna actually get into some. We're gonna look at the market in real time to see if we can actually. Let's see if we can find a nice trade idea in the next 4 minutes, because it really shouldn't take you that long to do an analysis, right? And it's simple. If you don't have all the confirmations that you need, you're simply gonna move on to another pair. So I see GBP AUD. I don't see what I need. I'm moving on. Right now, we're gonna go to Euro USD. I don't see what I need, right? I'm moving on. It's as simple as that. NZDCAD, right? NZDCAD. I see a blue. You could just look at it in 2 seconds and say, I don't really vibe with this, right? And sometimes you could check it on a higher time frame too to see if it's going to turn around maybe at 8 o'clock. And this is a really good gem, y'all. This is a really good gem. This is why I love live sessions, because I be talking a lot and you just learn a lot of things. If you analyze the market on 4 hour instead of 1 hour, it's a lot better, because the bigger the time frame that you're analyzing, the more likelihood your trade is to hit TP, because the data has been collected over a larger period of time, right? So that's why really, really, really nice times to enter the market would be 8 p.m., 12 a.m., 8 a.m., 12 p.m., 4 p.m., right? And I'll just drop that in the chat because it's 8 p.m., 12 a.m., 8 a.m., right? The the New York session is busting. It actually starts at 8 a.m. We got 12 p.m. I'm missing something. 12 a.m. I'm dropping this in the chat, y'all. 4 a.m., 8 a.m., 12 p.m., 4 p.m., right? There we go. Those are the absolute best times to enter trades, if you have the time and you're not setting pending orders, simply because not only is it the 4 hour, but the 4 hour, it also overlaps with the 15 and the hour, right? Because every 15 minutes is going to hit an hour, right? And every hour, every 4 hours is going to hit the 4 hour mark. So that's a great time because a lot of time frames overlap and you get a lot of information about the trade. So this isn't looking too good to me either. We could try Euro JPY, right? Euro JPY. Euro JPY looking a little bit indecisive as well. And again, if you don't see everything you need on the 4 hour or the 1 hour, I really wouldn't take it down to 30 minutes, but you completely have the option to do that. It is your prerogative, right? So that's not looking good either. And sometimes it's just nothing good going on. Oh, look at this. We might got something, y'all. We might got something. So I see the current candle. Let me get my little vertical line. Let's put the current candle. I see blue. I see blue, right? I see a little hiccup right here, right? But I see blue here. So this is telling me that this market actually might want to come back down and buy, right? On the hour, it's looking like it's consolidating a little bit, and we know it's consolidating because we can clearly see a cap right here. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to make this line darker because I really cannot see. All right, so we see a little bit of resistance right there. but then we also see a strong support right there, right? So look, and then even if y'all ever get confused about what's happening, just click on the indicator and to zoom into it, and we can see that little blue peeking up. That's exactly what we want to see, right? That's exactly what we want to see. Now, everybody actually go to your, because it's 7 o'clock, go to your demo account or your live. It's completely up to you. Go to USD CAD and let's just click buy, right? Let's click buy for USD CAD. If you're using a demo, this is going to be a great example. Trade USD CAD. Let's do 20 cents per pip and let's get in for a buy, right? Let's get in for a buy because although the market, the candle is turning red right now, we know that it actually wants to go back up, right? It wants to go back up. So we're going to, after you actually enter your trade, you'll have your entry point so you can set your own TP and set your own stop loss. But we pretty much just got into a market execution trade simply because we had the confirmations to do so on the hour. So this candle, the market's been really indecisive up until like this point. So it won't be too many pips, but this will be something quick. Oh, look, that's not bad. 222. About 22 pips in an hour. We should be able to get, which is not bad, but it's a nice start, right? So you guys can either set a pending order for, and I'm gonna write this in the chat for y'all as well. So you can enter at market execution like I did, and I'm gonna set a quick little 20 pip stop loss, or you can do a buy limit, right, for USD. And all you have to do is literally go to your app and into these what I'm telling you. Buy limit USD CAD. Your EP will be 1.26458. All right, then you're going to set that TP if it decides to go back up to your TP1. We're only going to do one TP for this one because this one look a little sketchy. It's still consolidating, but we're going to do 1.26658, right? Because we're only adding 20 points to the two digits before the last digit, right? And then our stop loss, of course, will be 20 points the opposite direction, 1.26258, right? So that's a pending order that you can set, right? And let me go ahead and set my TP and my SL for this trade as well. So 1.2, I'm gonna do 1.26722 for myself. 1.26722, and the stop loss is going to be 1.26322. Right? So I'm in that trade. It's a quick little 1-2. Now, again, if you don't have everything you need that's strong, of course, you can move on to the next pair. But I know that that thing is going to turn around at least for a little bit. Right? So I'm going to just go to the next pair. And you're literally just going to do this for every single pair, right? Just making sure you have all the confirmations that you need. So I don't see nothing. This don't look too good to me, right? GBP USD. Oh, y'all tell me if we get into this trade or not. Y'all tell me if we should get into GBP USD for the sell. Let me double check. All right, it's a little consolidating on the 4-hour. It'll be a quick little 1-2, right? Yep, it'll be quick. And you'll always tell if it's going to be quick or if it's going to continue selling based on what's also happening on the 4-hour. So the 1-hour looks good. If y'all want to get into a quick little, you can either do a twin trade with 15 pips so you know for sure it's going to hit, or you can like really wait it out to see if it's going to drop. But let me see. Because it actually could drop all the way down to this line right here. So we might be able to sell from here, either here to there, which is only 13 pips, or it might actually continue to drop and go down 62 pips. But I don't know if that's a risk that y'all really want to take. I do think it's going to continue to sell. Like it looks really clear. It's having a little bit of consolidation right now, but that's another potential trade that y'all can take. It's not 100% sturdy. Ooh, look at this one, y'all. Look at this. Now, the D is at the bottom, so we know it's going to turn around eventually, right? We know it's going to turn around eventually. So if we wanted to get into a sell, it probably would sell from here to where the D is, which is about 40 pips in 2 hours, which isn't too bad. And how do we know that? Simply because we have a red candle with a red volume bar, with a red cloud, with a red line, black line over both. It looks good on a 1 hour. On a 4 hour, we can see a little bit of consolidation with it selling here. So if you guys, I'm going to drop another trade idea for you. This is actually, this time is going to be a sell limit, right? Because a sell limit means we want the trade to go back up. So the sell limit would be, and this will be another quick little one too. It will be 1.6. Your entry point will be 1.67500 EP. Wait, the trade is, this is GBP. If this is making sense, y'all, drop a 1 in the chat, right? Because I'm just going to go through all the examples that's over here. And then you guys, of course, have the option to get into as many trades as you like, honestly, but making sure you're using proper risk management, right? So your EP for this one is going to be, for the sell limit will be, I'll do here, 1.67355, 1.67355, right? With your first TP being 1.67, I mean, oh, that's wrong, 1.67155. And I gotta let you know what your stop loss would be. No, actually, your TP would be 1.66655, 1.66655. And then that's pretty much what you do, guys. You just work down the chart until you find something that actually looks good. Now, nothing is looking too appealing right now, but that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine because sometimes the market is just not in your favor. So I'm gonna just do an observation on the 4 hour for all of the same currency pairs. And we're gonna see if we can get anything else out of this. Okay, this is looking, are we already in this trade? This is Euro JPY. Although the D is at the top, well, it's consolidating. So let's see where it can go. It probably can go from, this is, it's calling for a sell. Now we're going to let that one go. Y'all can always come back and revisit it. USD CAD. Are we already in this trade for a buy? Yes, we are. Euro CAD on the 4 hour, because these trades for the 4 hour will be something that you could enter at 8 o'clock. Everything is moving so slow right now. Nope, not looking good. It's not looking too good. Okay, this one looks like it wants to buy more. If you guys have any questions up until this point, just go ahead and drop them in the chat and I will answer them. Because I'm probably going to stay on for another, like, again, this is why I love Forex, because you don't have to be on the charts forever. You just come in here, see what's up. You can set up your own little support and resistance. Like, let's just say I didn't see nothing on the chart that I like, right? But I can see what trouble are you having inputting? So even if the scanner, you don't really see like a trade idea that you like from the scanner, you can always come up here, put your resistance, put your support where you see it was some activity. And then that's what I'll do sometimes too. So then I'll just set a sell limit from here to there, because I know that the market has stayed within that area for a couple of hours. And then of course, within that time frame, we can get about 50 pips in 12 hours. So that's also not bad. That's also not bad for pending orders. Quinn, you should be able to unmute yourself unless you just want to drop your question in the chat. And let me know where you are struggling. I'm going to just try to find some other entry points because the market is low, just to see if we can get some pending orders. Is it going to drop back down to 1.6? It should drop down, but that's low. Let's see if we can get it there. That's about a 40 pip drop for the buy. I'm just seeing if this will be a good trade idea for us and how long would it take the market to actually come back to that point before I entered it. And I don't like what it's looking like. What is this? This is Euro GBP. Okay, you got it. Okay, awesome. All right, so we got Euro GBP. Again, we just going to come in here and glance. We're going to see what's happening, right? We see it some, like literally the same thing that you do for your HFX. You want to come in here and do the same thing. We see some resistance right there. So we set a potential sell limit there. We know that it could bounce back up right here or right here. So you can set your entry point there or there based on where the market is currently at. But this thing is looking like it's going to actually keep buying. Like this is on the 4 hour. It looked like Euro JPY is going to possibly keep going up. Or it might be hitting that resistance. Let me see. Nope, that's not a risk I want to take. And again, if y'all don't see nothing that looks good, just wait it out. Just wait it out, because you can always just go double check on your MetaTrader 4 and see how the market is looking on there as well. You may have to set up your chart so that it looks just like this, but it doesn't take long to do so. Okay, the market is... Yeah, y'all. So pretty much the trade idea, the two trade idea that I dropped in the chat, the USD CAD and the GBP CAD are the only ones that really look clear right now. I am probably going to come back in here a little bit later. And if you guys are up, maybe around midnight, you'll see another trade idea in the chat. Let me just check in on the day real quick, because you can just keep going higher and higher on the time frame to really see, is it worth this pending order? And sometimes it really be worth that pending order. Okay, so it's just, everything is just taking so long to get there. I'm gonna check on the 30. I'm gonna just go through this thing one more time. So pretty much you log in, you look at the current candle, and you see if you have the confirmations that you need to get into that trade at the next, the stop loss for GBP CAD. Hold on, let me check. That's a sell. So I'm gonna do short position. My EP is 1 point. No, that's not my entry point. The entry price is 1.67355. Why does it keep changing? Probably because I'm not on the right pair. I'm trying to think. This is a sell. It'll be 1.67555. 1.67555. 1.67555. SL. GBP. CNE. So the USD CAD, you're going to notice that it's probably going to be in the red longer than it's going to be in the blue, but don't keep watching it. Don't keep watching it simply because we know this market is consolidating, but we know it is trying to break past a certain point. So once you set your parameters, it's either going to hit those parameters or is not. Like, that's just as simple as it is. It's either going to hit your TP or it's going to hit your stop loss. So again, I'm just checking everything one more time to see if there's anything worth doing. Everything is really not looking good right now. Let me see if that's even worth it. That's only about 20 pips. I'm not going to do that. It's too consolidated for me. NZD CAD. Nope. Sketchy. Euro JPY. Let's see. Nope. And we can literally see the market has been consolidating for hours. It's been consolidating for hours. So they're saying it's going to come back here. They're saying it's going to come back here. Yeah, that just don't seem worth it to me. We already got USD CAD. We're going to try CAD JPY. CAD JPY. If the market is at 89.719, that's 12, 15. That's about 40 pips. I mean, you guys can put this one as a sell limit pending order as well. This is CADJPY, and you can just take the numbers right off of the scanner. Like, so you would do a sell limit, and you would take these numbers directly off the scanner. Sell limit for CADJPY, and please, please, please use proper risk management, especially if you're going to be getting into more than one trade. So your EP is going to be 90.5237. The TP is going to be 89. That's kind of low. The TP is going to be 89.751. 89.751. And the SL is going to be SL 90.52. I mean 5, 4, 3, 7. All right, there we go. That should be good, y'all. Let me know if those numbers work. But I think we're gonna wrap it up here. We really can't. What's this? Which pair is this? This is GBP USD. We can't really force the market to do anything. GBP USD does look good for this sell, though. It really does look good for this sell. So I might get into this trade personally at market execution, and try to ride it down all the way until this last resistance. Like, that's what I may do, but that's just going to be for myself. Y'all can take it as well. GBP USD for a market execution sell. And I'm going to just see how that work out for me, honestly. All right, it's looking like 70 pips if all goes well. So yeah, guys, do you have any final questions? Oh, my USD CAD trade went into profit. If your trade went into profit and it's blue, drop a 1 in the chat. If it's red, drop a 2 in the chat. This which trade? The sell limit? All right, let me just come over here. This is why I be using the products, y'all, because sometimes my math be off. All right, so my entry point, I said the EP should be, the EP should be 90.5237. Do I gotta change this? I can't put the 7 on the EP. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. All right, so if you can't put the 7, I put too many numbers. So let me just write this over, because then the whole thing gonna be wrong. So the EP is going to be 90.523. The TP is going to be 90. This is a cell 323. And the SL is going to be 90. This is a cell, so it will be 723. All right, try that and let me know if it works. All right, trade is still in profit. I'm excited about that. This trade should, I mean, we already know it's consolidating. So, oh, and this is the last tip I'm gonna give y'all before I leave, because I really gotta go cook dinner before this other call at 8 o'clock. Whenever your trade is at least in profit, I mean, it could go either way. Whenever your trade is really in profit, right? Like, is in profit, or it's at a profit where you like, okay, it's not just 1 or 2 pips in profit. If it's at least 5 to 10 points in profit, move your stop loss to your entry point, right? Then you're going to have a risk-free trade, right? Because even if your trade hits TP, you take profit. That's amazing. But if your trade does not hit TP, and you change your stop loss to your entry point, your trade is only going to go back to your entry point, taking you out at break even, right? So I think I was telling you this the other day, Quinn, where I was like, all right, I had a loss, but I only lost 1 cent. That's because whenever my trade moves into profit, I change my stop loss to my entry point, and now you have a risk-free trade, right? So even if it doesn't go in your favor, guess what? You didn't lose. You did not lose, right, y'all? So just go ahead and I'm gonna wrap this call up. I will be posting this video in the chat and on YouTube as well. Can you edit and open trade? Absolutely. Absolutely. You click on the trade. Well, you have, I forgot what type of phone you have, but click on the trade and then it should say modify. Let me know if you see that. Ooh, I'm in profit. I'm getting money. I'm happy, y'all. Let me know if you see modify. All right, hold down on the tray and click. I'm not sure what it would say on your Samsung, but you will hold down on the tray and click. It should say modify, edit. You should see something next to the trade, like a pencil maybe. All right, and are you able to change the numbers? Perfect. We are in the money. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be the end of our Forex live analysis today. Just go back into the Cosmic Club chat and drop a blue face and let everybody know you're in profit. Let them know that we really be learning and earning over here, and that's just what it is. And also, don't forget to move your stop loss to your entry point. Your entry point to your stop loss, or however it's supposed to be said, so that you have a risk-free trade. But I love y'all, and I will see y'all at 8 p.m. on the Digital Dash Call. Margaret, I didn't even know you was here.